together.
Sound like I swear that sound like what I would do if I put my heart to it.
Never let nobody shine.
Nobody, right?
That's what I would do if I could sing.
All I gotta do is know how to sing. I'm right there.
You can learn, bro. You can learn. You can learn to sing, bro. I promise. I'm learning right now. I can hit a high note for you. Want me to hit it?
Go and hit that note.
Oh, you know I was doing my vocal exercise.
We'll say that till we get a couple more drinks in.
Oh yeah, it's early. It's early and we got time. Come on, sit master.
Well, welcome to another rendition of Who Made This Kool-Aid. This is official episode 2.
Dos.
Dos.
Those
Oh,
seconds.
Ekis.
So just welcome, man. I know there's a lot of stuff been going on the last couple weeks. I know we missed y'all missed us, so we're gonna get into it. But I want to just set the stage, let y'all know this is a podcast about opinions. Whatever we may say, it ain't your opinion, it's our opinion. So we don't even know cancel culture early. We just trying to get started. But just sit back, relax, have some fun, man. We're gonna try to just keep it real, just keep it honest, and just hear some good dialogue from some young black men.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
I dig it. I like it. Way to set the stage.
Hey, man, that sounded good. You been working on
job.
that?
You know what, man?
That was cute, man.
How long did it take you to practice?
You was
that
probably
in
like,
the mirror?
babe. Tell me how this sounds.
I do this. It's because I'm dressed. I'm still dressed in my work attire, so I keep the professionalism going.
Came from the nursing home.
Nursing home comedian.
No, he a nursing home gigolo.
I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, man.
You know he there, the late pipe.
All right. Speaking about not about pipe, God, is a gigolo? What's a gigolo?
You know what a gigolo is.
Gigolo is,
Yeah, male prostitute.
you know what?
Since you,
My wife got to approve of it, but if an old lady dropping them dollars,
Male tutor.
I don't know why I was thinking about a stripper.
I don't know why.
Y'all got what it takes to be a stripper? Right now,
nope.
Nah.
$1,000.
Tap me.
$1,000. Local strip clubs.
The
Like,
Black
hey man,
Stallion.
we need.
The
We looking for a
blacks.
6'5" stallion out
stallion.
here. We heard what you do in
Rate
these
the stallion.
streets.
Shut up.
Come through.
You know the first
rock
thing he
this
gonna
pole.
do?
What he gonna
Fall. So he can get that bread.
Ow! I slipped. Worst
That's
comp.
terrible.
You want to strip?
No, I wouldn't strip. You strip? Because you know you got to give a male lap dance.
Yeah.
I ain't going to the.
Well, it don't matter. You got to serve the customer.
Yeah.
You don't.
Trouble.
You start early. So,
He
hey,
set you up.
You ain't
start
set me
early.
up. But it
I'm
ain't.
a paying customer. Always make sure you,
You
get
ain't
home
trying to
deep.
serve me.
Hey, Ryan out there tripping again. You got to get out there and get what he want.
I'm
kiss
good
my
here
ass.
with you.
Ryan kiss my ass out there.
Fuck around.
Speaking of LGBTQRS,
You know,
TUV,
Better add. I'm out of this.
Oh, you out?
what y'all thinking about D Wade? What's going on with him and his son?
All right. First of all, let's get the facts though. What's the facts?
All right. Root cause, the son says he wants to be identified as a woman.
A girl.
As a girl. Sorry, girl. No sex change talk. Just strictly call me a girl, treat me as a girl, feel like I'm a girl.
So
on the inside.
so basically, Boosie was
That's-
misinformed.
Yeah, Boosie
When
was
he started-
misinformed.
okay, that's what
Boosie was wild. Come on, D-Wade.
That's a boy, man. You taking too far, man.
Don't cut his dick off, man. Damn, Boosie, where you get that from?
So we're not going based off of the
Not going off
dick
that.
cuttage.
Just the sense of being able to say at that early age that I view myself this way.
Yeah.
All right, go.
I say I respect it. The reason I can't give too much because I'm not in that situation. Like it's tough for somebody to give an opinion when they're not in that situation. But I can say it's dope what he's doing on the surface, just supporting. Because the worst thing you could do is, whether you believe it or not, or hate it or not, when your son make it a public platform,
Yeah.
you gotta support him publicly too. So I give him credit for that, at least, without getting too deep into it.
Yeah, I feel like in the day, like you said, that's his family. He's gonna look out for his family. If that's how he feels is gonna be most supportive, most beneficial to his development, that's what it is. I think at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. We can't speak in hypotheticals because that's what happened. So you can't change reality. And like you said, it ain't my space to have a.
So do y'all feel like a 12-year-old can make a decision like that?
I think that's the part that is debatable, if anything, because even to Boosie's point, you know, outside of him going super far left, it's like this child don't know what he's gonna eat tomorrow. Like, and you at an age to make that decision. Now, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Some people may feel like, you know, they born a certain way or feel like they can make that decision based off their experiences. But like I said, it happened and he did. So, I mean, from his perspective, I just got to support. It is super young, though, especially if you're not sexually active.
But what they got to do with it, though?
I guess it doesn't. I think that's the point. So,
Yeah.
What you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, as far as at 12 years old, you can't make a decision like that.
And let's keep it all real. Let's make it more realer. He didn't just come to D-Wade at 12.
yeah.
Remember, he was going to the gay pride around like 9.
Yeah.
So he was expressing himself around 9. So that even
So I guess
yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I
Yeah.
guess we can lay the foundation of, do we believe that you can be born gay, or is it something that's you learn culturally?
But this has nothing to do with gay. This has everything to do that because that's sexual preference.
Yeah.
This is
It's
this
who I
is
am.
your gender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your identity.
But you have to place both of them in it, because when he said that, well, the little boy, what's his name? We
Za-
just calling him
Zaya.
Zaire?
Zaya.
now.
Zaya now.
Oh, Zaya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Born Zaire, but Zaya.
Zaya said that he's not gay, or she's not gay, because she likes boys, and he identifies as a she now.
I didn't even see that. But I think because you just corrected me. Like I said, sex has nothing to do with it. Just like Ann said, it's just what they identify as. That's not sexual at that point.
I mean, I don't have much to say. I mean, as far as their decisions to support their son, like, yo, you're like you were saying, like, you're gonna support your kids. Like, if my kids came out to me in some kind of way, I'm not gonna shun them publicly because they're already gonna be dealing with a whole bunch, and that's my seed, and I love them regardless. But it doesn't mean that I have to agree with whatever they're doing. But I mean, I look at that in the same light as far as, you know, me being a black man, wishing that I can identify as a white man and have it easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think it's stupid. I don't care what people say. They're going to scold me for whatever I'm finna say. But it's the same thing. Like, yo, I'm black. I can't walk around this world saying, yo, I'm a white man.
Yeah.
That's not what I am.
They're not gonna take you seriously.
Exactly, but we take this serious, and I just don't understand, like, why how I feel matters more than what you are. You know, I don't know, but we live in a world where, like I said, I said, America, why would you do that to your child? Also America. Worry about your own child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody want to pick and choose whatever they want to, you know, believe in, whatever values they want to take on, and a lot of people take on certain values or agree with certain things because it's politically correct thing to do. And some people do it because they don't want to be insensitive. And there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can disagree with what's going on and not be hateful towards what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people take me or anybody, you know, the minute we disagree or the minute we have a disagreement, it's you hate it. Like, that's how sensitive the world is. Like, I can't even just disagree with you without it being an issue or without things getting personal. It's like, yo, I just don't agree with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, hey, you do your thing. I'm not judging.
Yeah.
It
Well,
feels
it's
like
a-
it's
it
sliding
just is what it
scales
is.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've seen it, and even down that same road of identity, what was the white lady who
Yeah, I was
identified as black?
I forgot her
Had the
name.
micro
Be
braids
like
and
the-
everything.
Yeah, the president of NCAA. It's like, but like you
First
said,
chapter, yeah.
it's Rachel something?
Rachel Dolezal.
Rachel
Yeah.
Dolezal. And it's like, at the root of it, it's the same conversation. And as much as, to Ant's point, we laughed her, out the building, and it's just because the identity is different that it's a whole new level of validity to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's weird. So I see that, but I also think like
Yeah, I
the
guess
world
yeah.
is like that. It ain't the same. For
Yeah, I
everything.
guess we'll never really know who put ourselves in their shoes, but like to your point, and that's one thing that does irritate me. As soon as somebody gives an opinion that differs of yours, no matter what the subject is, it's automatic like, oh, you're hateful, or why are you
Somebody
against
coming
me,
at you.
or I'm gonna delete you, or I don't wanna see you, I don't wanna that's
can't
as far as
disagree.
Boosie. When people say he's stupid, an idiot, ignorant, cool. He might be ignorant, but ignorant from your belief.
Yeah, he believes
It's-
different.
Yeah, so if he believes, now granted, he maybe got to be more responsible with his platform. Understand it's going to reach more of the masses than what we may do. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's his opinion. He's pretty much stating if he was in his shoes what he would do. But for people to excoriate him and be like, oh, he's evil and
Yeah,
oh,
that's the world we
way-
live
like,
in. That's
damn,
what I'm
so
saying.
quick.
Well, one
Yeah.
thing about it is people that have that opinion of like he's evil and this and that is because some of those people do have facts, and you don't want to understand or you don't want to accept the facts because it's not what you used to. So then when you got somebody, if I'm that person that's I'm abnormal, like being as far as I identify as a woman, and it's what I know and I have facts to back it, but you arguing against me, what I should do with my life or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna say you hateful because you not understanding what I'm saying. You'll never understand. So by you never understand or wanting to even try to understand, it's gonna come off as hate no matter what.
But the thing is, that's the problem. Like the minute people disagree, it's you're not trying to understand. Like people see that automatically as you're not even trying to understand what I'm saying. Like, no, fam. I have a different set of values than you do. I value
It's not
certain
about
things.
values, bro. If your mind
everything is
mentally-
about values.
No,
It's
it's
all
not.
about what you value.
It's gonna be person to person.
Listen, if your mind is working a certain way, it's just like
Working a certain way. What's a certain way for
I'm
your
talking
mind
about
to
if
work?
a psychopath. We don't understand what the hell a psychopath is thinking in their head when they go around murdering people.
But that's
you
his
thinking in
point.
your mind. No, that's not. Because can you empathize and sympathize and understand what a psychopath does and why they do it and why they feel the way they feel when they do what they do?
But it's not, because the root is like I just don't see that same point as you, and that's just the
right,
end
but
of
your
it.
point is not right.
To them.
It can't, that's what I'm saying. It depends on your value system. If
Right.
I value manhood differently than this person values manhood, then our perspectives, we're never going to be on the same page.
You're absolutely
so it's
right.
not me not trying to understand. It's me having a different set of values, and we're just never going to agree.
Right. However,
So it doesn't mean my point is wrong.
but when you push your point to the,
Push your point meaning what?
whatever point that you're
How
trying
do you
to,
push your point?
how you talk, the way you express yourself about a certain subject, the way we talking, the way Boosie got on saying what he was saying. When you push that, you trying to force your opinion on somebody. That's why they feel
That's
like
not
it's
him
hate.
forcing his opinion. That's him
He's
speaking
expressing
on his
his opinion.
opinion. Everybody can say what they want to say, but the minute
if-
somebody
if-
says something
so
nobody
if,
else agrees
if one
with,
of them came at you like a man, they identified as a woman, they came at you like a man, and they forcibly stated their opinion about themselves, and you would feel like and they calling you stupid and dumb and like you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're talking about. This is how God made us. This is how this is supposed to be. Blah blah blah. You don't think you would feel like they hating you or they feel some type of way about you?
that's his opinion.
It's a sensitive. It's just a sensitive world we in. So a lot of people probably will take to your point, probably will, but that's the problem with society. We're a bunch of sensitive ass people that can't accept somebody's take without getting offended directly with it. So I see both of what y'all
and
saying.
one thing about
That's
it
the thing.
is they're a minority, so it's always gonna be lopsided. It's gonna be 100,000 people going against that one every single time. So they're gonna feel like you hate them, and it's gonna be haters in that group in that 100,000 at all times. It's gonna be people that I'm just expressing my opinion just like you doing, and I don't have no ill feelings towards you. But it's also gonna be people in that group that's gonna hate that person, and that's why they're going through what they're going through now, getting killed and murdered and committing suicide, this and that, because you might not express yourself in a hateful manner, but the next person did, and
Well,
they
yeah.
didn't want to understand.
But at the same time, discrimination ain't a new thing, and
It's not.
and that's the whole thing. Like,
But
so,
this whole transgender being more open about it, that's new. Yes.
but I get that. But at the root of it, is racism done?
No.
No. How long we been dealing with that?
You know, don't let
And-
everything else overshadow.
and that's what I'm saying.
the racism piece. 'Cause
While
that ain't
while
going nowhere.
different, like while that's true from both perspectives,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, struggles and those battles, especially from a minority group, is gonna be long term. It's not gonna change overnight.
No, and I ain't saying that it will.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That, and it's not like just two different extremes at every time. Like, it's gonna be different intervals. Some people be more accepting than others, but you always gonna have a group that feels a certain way, that feels like they should be able to control somebody else or control somebody else's opinion. Hell, we still seeing that now with fucking abortion. And
Question.
Shit, so
Do y'all understand why? I ain't gonna say just white people, but majority of white folks are racist against black folks. Do you understand why a white man come up to you and he just hates you?
no,
Other than your skin.
nope.
Do you?
Do we understand it?
Yeah, do
this
you
at all.
understand why?
I understand. I don't mean it's right, but I understand.
So what do you know about him and his beliefs and his views or whatever that where you understand his racism towards you?
I know he don't like niggas, and he come from a long line of people who don't like niggas.
And that's it. And that's your understanding of it.
Yeah.
That's
I
understand.
mean, what more is there to
Yeah,
understand?
How else am I supposed to know what his specific situation is?
It's
Right.
it's rooted
so
from
you don't,
something.
You don't
but
necessarily understand completely 100% understand
I
where
know
his
position is though.
Yeah, I know
where
his
he coming
position.
from, right?
No, but you know his position.
Yeah, you know his position, but you don't know where it's coming from.
That's not going to change the racism.
I mean, it could come from his
Right.
parents. It could
All
come
I'm saying
from,
is that
come from
when-
a place of fear, come from a place of superiority complex. It could be a lot of
Insecurity.
things.
It could be a
Insecurity.
whole
It could be a lot of
bunch of
things.
All
Yeah.
right, so my point is, I ain't saying that y'all arguing this at all. But my point is, think about somebody that's transgender, and nobody understands what it is or where it's going, and none of that. Think about a person that's transgender, and you asking them why you transgender, like it's dumb. You stating your opinion, but you have no clue what it is or what it's about. Just like a person about racism, we don't got no clue what it is or like what it's about, because it can go further than what's going on now.
But so you're saying it's our fault that racism
No.
happens because I don't
It
understand
ain't nobody's
why
fault.
he's racist.
It ain't nobody's fault. All I'm saying is that nobody understands why certain things happen, like 100% when it comes to the human mind.
Of course, but that still don't change the reality.
All right.
Damn, we started heavy. Damn,
I get it.
get it how I live it.
I mean, I don't know, man. In a world of so many, it's a broad world of mental issues, and I don't know why nobody has ever considered that. That's something that I haven't understood.
Yeah,
I say the biggest thing.
Why
Take away
that's
from this
not?
segment.
Why is that not a mental disorder? Why is that?
That's my point. It may not be.
But listen, but it has. But nobody has ever thought to. Well, they're thinking about it. There's a lot of doctors.
It's gender
I mean,
dysphoria. That's what it is. It is a
but
mental
that's
issue.
a
That's
disorder.
from the kids going back and forth. However, we don't fully understand it.
I know, but at the end of the day, it's a disorder. Meaning that's not something that's supposed to be disorder. It's not in order. It's a disorder. You know what I'm saying? If people are going to consider it a disorder, or they're going to say things and then diagnose it as something or call it something, then at the end of the day, it's a disorder.
So is racism a disorder?
Could be.
could be a condition.
Definitely.
Could just be state of being.
Basically, what I want to say is that we just get to a point where we can all state opinions and move on.
It'll never be.
Unfortunately, it can't.
Yeah.
But just hopefully we get to that point. But
When a white man walk up to you and say, You black ass nigga, you ain't good. You lazy. You dumb. You ain't good for nothing.
I don't mean I
That's his
gotta like
opinion.
it.
I know. That's his opinion. How you gonna feel about it though? You be like, oh, I respect your opinion.
But coming straight to you in a disrespectful manner now.
That's my point,
Yeah.
bro. When people come to that little boy and say what they saying, and to D Wade, to his son,
Girl.
or his little girl,
He's a girl dad now.
when they come to that, that's a disrespectful manner to them. Even though it's our opinion, it's our opinion. No, you being disrespectful. You being disrespectful because you don't understand it. That's my point. That white man don't understand what he doing.
So
But if then that would make if he doesn't understand what he's doing, then we should have more compassion for him.
Some
that-
people do. Some black folks do.
It's hard to say
That's
a
why you
34-year-old white man don't know. I just hate them niggas because I don't know why.
But have you
And
ever
most of them don't.
But have you ever listened to the stories of
Most of them
why
don't know why.
white people are racist? Like most of it's inherited.
just raised that
It's-
way.
They don't.
heritage.
They don't know why though. That's
I
the
know
thing.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of
That's my
people,
point.
a lot of people are sympathetic towards them.
But all that they say hate is taught. Like you're not
Yeah, you're
born
not
with
you
that.
don't- You're not born.
You're not
with
Right,
that.
born
yeah,
to make
You go,
judgments
you
on
go
it
across the
is
street to
taught.
play with the little black kid, and then your mom grabs you and says, "You don't play with them." And now he
Yeah.
grows up like, "Dang,
don't play with them.
I wanted to go play with dude. He had a basketball.
Right.
I didn't see he was a little black kid. I saw he had a basketball. I wanted to play with him. He looked like fun.
You ask him, why you don't like me or why you don't play with me? He's like, I don't know. He don't know. Just like you don't know what that little girl is
Some
going
do
through.
though. I'm not going to use that
But
excuse
that's
for everybody.
See, the thing about that is because that's deep rooted from generation to generation. Your parents teaching you that, so you don't come out the womb racist. You don't come out no matter what. You don't come
No.
out the womb racist.
Right.
So, but it's a different argument. The way Zaya feels is that she came out the womb as a woman, just was originally a
male's
woman.
body.
So it's definitely different. It's definitely different arguments because you're not
No,
born
we
racist.
arguing about
but they're
opinions,
saying
though.
you are born in the wrong
So
body.
are opinions hateful? Basically, is what
Is-
you saying.
Yeah, the way you express yourself or your opinion sometimes can be hateful. That's all I'm saying.
Can it be hateful, or
But
can
that's the
people just
thing,
be
like-
offended?
It can be viewed as hateful. I see what
No,
you're saying.
people.
No.
No.
People
People
use
are
hateful.
offended. Let's just be
That's
honest.
it.
We live in a
That's
world
double-
full of-
it's
you
double-edged,
offended me.
though.
So just like what I
People
said
are
about the
easily
white
offended.
man, say you lazy ass nigga or nigger, I'm just offended. They ain't hateful.
Wait, what?
I'm saying if a white dude came into you and said you a lazy ass nigger, you saying, and I'm saying ER, and you saying, oh, that's just I'm offended by it, but it ain't hateful speech.
You call me a nigger. That's where the hateful speech comes in.
Oh, bruh. So you can't
But-
take what you
That
feel
that
is
no longer
hateful.
becomes an opinion. We can't.
Right.
Calling a white man calling a black person a nigger is not him stating an opinion.
Right.
That's
And
him
calling
being racist.
and calling.
That's
and,
him belittling
And
that
this
man.
is not my beliefs, but to that little girl, calling her a boy is hateful speech to her. Because in her mind, she feels that she a girl. That's
get what
all
you're
I'm
saying.
saying.
Get. You're not a girl. I
Right.
don't care,
And
fam.
we
Like, at the end of the
understand
day,
that.
this
That's
is what
hate-
I'm saying.
that's
Not, how
hateful
is that
speech.
hateful speech? It's not hateful speech. If I
'Cause you
say,
don't
if I'm
understand it.
sitting there looking at this little boy, and he's like, I'm really a girl. And I'm like,
What makes him a boy? Because he got a meat?
yep,
That's it.
yep. What else you need? What else you need? What else you need?
Do
Let's
some
move
research,
on.
dog.
What else? What do I need to research?
Let's move on.
Let's
What
do
do
some
I
more
need to
research.
research?
Long time.
Since when? This is the first time we started documenting so many people having I'm in the wrong body experiences.
Do some research, though.
What do I need to
So you
research?
saying-
There's
saying-
don't tell me to do research. There's no research that I need to do.
All right, well, if you don't want to do it, go ahead.
But the biggest thing
Next subject.
I like the dialogue. Well, we can move
I
on,
don't.
but I do like that because let's keep it real. It ain't one of all these people to feel this
single
way.
amount.
You know, to feel this. So a lot of people do feel it's just different opinions. So we just all gotta be educated on each other. And not necessarily educated, but just be sympathetic to each side.
Bro, if I don't believe in
Yeah,
the devil,
exactly.
I'm not gonna respect their synagogue. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, just because I believe different, I'm not just because you feel this way, people have synagogues with devil worshipers and stuff like that. That's not my people. If I see you in the streets, I'm not gonna have nothing bad to say about you. But if you're trying to make me join your satan, you trying to make me understand and be empathetic to why you worship the devil, I'm sorry, we're not.
So
gonna have
Zaya
that
said,
conversation. We're just not having. It.
"Oh, you need to you need to do what I do," or did Dwayne say, "My son is now a daughter," and that's it, and then everybody went in uproar?
I mean, I don't. Hey, if you put that out there for the public, people are gonna have the public. There's a thing called a public opinion. It just is what it is.
Yeah. Next subject.
What y'all niggas
I
talking
think
about?
what I will say is that I like it. That's the whole point of this podcast, man, because you're gonna get people that have different opinions, but I think you need to have a platform where you can express that shit. And as you see, we all brothers. We don't think the same way, but that's healthy. I'm glad the
I
conversation
think we do.
had.
I think we all think the same way. I'm just expressing another side of it. I
Yeah.
don't have nothing
And it's
hateful to say.
It's to play
Yeah.
devil's advocate. But I think people are scared. That's why I love our platform. And that's what I want to do going forward. I love it. I don't want us all to have the same opinions. I want us to be honest and be real, speak our truth, what we believe in, and keep it rocking. But I want us just to be an example. I want people to see this and say, wow, they do disagree. And ain't no fighting. There ain't no hate being spewed against each other. We just listen to each other, get a different perspective, and maybe one day, Ant might think it's a different way. Maybe Chris, maybe we all might think a different way. But
Not happening.
At the end of the day, the whole point is just dialogue and be able to express each other.
That's just like us trying to keep people from being racist. They like, nope,
It's
not
the same,
happening.
bro. You're not gonna compare that to racism.
It's the same.
It's not
It's
the
just
same.
like you comparing
It's
R.
not the
Kelly
same.
to
It's not the same.
Zai.
It's not the same.
Two different things,
difference.
nigga.
The difference is we're being hated on for the fact that we're black. The difference is they feel like they're being hated on because some people believe differently and have a different value system and a belief system when it comes to how we are reproduced and how we are born and the disorders that we have and the way that we are shaped.
Some people
There's
have
people
a
who
different
have
value
that,
system
and there's people who's not going to
and
get
belief
off of that.
system that black
And
people ain't worth nothing.
That's not the same thing.
But it
The
could be-
difference is
What are
But
you
it could
talking
be
about,
if they
nigga?
feel like they were born.
the difference is the facts. And that's what I'm saying.
What you talking about?
Scientifically,
So you talking about when when we were slaves, the difference is the facts, right? At that time, the facts was that we wasn't shit. When we was born, you was a piece of shit. You wasn't nothing.
This is what you missing.
I ain't missing nothing.
I'm not finna sit here and argue with you about comparing racism to transgenders. There's no comparison. I'm not gonna have the argument. If you want to compare the two, then you can compare the two. But I'm not finna do that.
But you
Nah,
compare
I think-
rapists and
The
transgender.
I'll
discrimination is discrimination.
I'll compare a pedophile to a transgender before I do that.
Like I said, I think you're
Next
talking
subject.
about discrimination.
Nah, why you want to next subject it?
Well, no, stay same lines though, but we'll stay discrimination because another topic that we definitely wanted to talk about was that new hair law that allowed companies to classify like black natural hairstyles as unprofessional, and they could deny you interview
Like dreads in general,
So if you
like
had
just-
like dreads, the company can classify that as unprofessional, and they could eliminate you from the interview process.
I feel ignorant to this, but is that something that like they're close to passing in some states?
it was a ruling. So
that
Yeah.
they can determine what's that type of hair, your natural state hair, can be deemed as unprofessional.
Yeah,
California.
fire you.
Hey, this is
California
America. That's
did.
par for the course.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say I'm surprised.
But I forgot what city in California they maybe it's a whole state, I don't know, but
Yeah, so-
I remember they passed a law saying that nobody can discriminate against your hair, nothing.
So
Cali, they leading the
they're
way right
progressive.
now.
They're
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
they're usually progressive in a lot of areas, but what you're saying that because then it stemmed from that. I think when it really got popular with the wrestler,
Yeah.
and they were pretty
made
much
him
telling
cut
him
his
to
hair.
cut his hair.
No,
and
they cut it off.
He did cut it, right?
Then,
He did cut
then
it off.
and there, yeah.
In order to
To compete.
was it because of it was unprofessional? Or was it saying it was like an unfair advantage, or was
No,
it
they just did it
out of
because they wanted
uniform,
to.
Or
Yeah, they rules was that, but however, he was always told that as long as he had it above his shoulders, he was okay.
yeah, that's
And
crazy,
he
man.
did, but then one particular person didn't like it, and you know what's crazy is, I mean, I went through that all through high school and middle school.
So when you was getting those perms. Now your hair is like
get his hair
Talking
flat
about-
out.
his hair like mine at one point. He got like 17 perms, and now it's just he slick back. Yeah.
Slick back. A pimp
How old
named
you say?
Slick back. Well, pull me up too, man. Whatever.
Nah, that sucks because it's they're pretty much trying to put us in the same category as somebody with a green mohawk, spiky, this long. They trying to say dreads is the same, pretty much. Like it's a distraction.
So, yeah, that's
we
what
see
I'm
those
saying.
bylaws in a lot of companies. Of like your hair can be like
men hair
distraction
over a
and-
certain length.
Bro,
and
one of my
shit like that.
clients, a little kid, his school had a rule that you can't have a fade.
What?
Yeah,
You can't have a
you
fade?
can't have a fade.
White people have fades.
Black, yeah, but it was specifically for the black kids.
Oh,
Like
it's
you couldn't have a fade. Like you couldn't have a taper fade. Your hair had to be one level. You couldn't have a pointed edge up. You had to square it. Like them, they didn't.
you can't have a
want you-
pointed edge up. They got you looking like the Black Ranger. The Black Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black
Just
Ranger.
straight across.
Y'all remember Zach?
Yeah.
In the intro, he came through with the power.
Of course, he was a Black Ranger.
What was the Black Ranger?
Black
It
Ranger.
was like
And they made the Asian one the Yellow Ranger.
yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
They made,
That was
they made
so-
the white girl the
yeah.
pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was racist
boy,
as hell.
Subtle
The
racism.
leader was red.
The white
was
one
a
was
redneck.
red.
It wasn't subtle at all.
Hey, and then,
That
then,
was
the,
subtle.
then, then the
Green
Green
Ranger
Ranger came
Italian.
in and turned white. Turned into the White Ranger. He was the God
He
Ranger.
was the gold. Yeah, the Gold Ranger.
Oh, he was white.
So they had the
It was
black.
a white outfit, but he was
he
the
was
Gold
gold.
Ranger.
Well, they gave the black.
Oh.
Why they get the black people the weakest animals? That nigga was a mammoth.
I think it was a man. You know why I gave him boy, that trunk on him? Oh, you a mammoth out here.
But you know the texture
got
of
a
you know the
trunk
texture
on
of the hair of a mammoth, right? Of a mammoth, nappy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna throw you that. Oh wait, they made it better though. They made a movie. They said, you know, we're gonna do a clues. You can give a black woman what the animal they gave her.
That
A
tiger.
goddamn frog.
No, she wasn't the frog.
Was she the frog?
No,
think so.
that was.
Nah, I think
You
she
talking
was.
about the ninja one?
Nah, the first with Ivan Ooze.
Nah,
Hey,
ooze. Nah,
no,
she wasn't
'cause
no
she
frog
used-
in the
I think
ooze.
she was a frog,
She
bro.
might have been a frog because the Black
don't think
Ranger
so.
was
A
the
yellow ass Benny Pollywall.
somebody was a
Nah.
frog.
Is it Bingy
I thought that was a ninja
Because
one.
Billy was a wolf.
Power Ranger.
The black
Oh, yeah,
dude
I
was
don't
a.
remember.
What was the black dude, man? What was he, like a bear?
He wasn't a black dude. It was a black woman.
Or the Black Ranger was a bear. The black one, that was the Yellow
remember.
Ranger. What was the Yellow Ranger? Was she really a frog?
I think she's a frog, bro.
Did she
I
put her tongue
swear
out and try to
you.
electrify that dude?
Say Ivan Ooze was the truth. All right.
Ooze was a goon.
Yeah, she
segue.
might have been a frog. She might have been.
Ivan Ooze. Me and him had this debate plenty of times. We was always talking about the best movie villains of all time.
Best movie villain.
Like just the best villains. So we-
Original villains. So not like
Nah, you-
not like superhero jokers. Nothing
yeah.
like that.
So
so
he
I
got,
like
he got a cold list. I'll be honest with you. He got a cold list.
so Wesley Snipes and Demolition Man, Simon Phoenix is up there.
For sure, because he was cold.
He was super cold in that movie. And Nino Brown, if you want to put him in that same breath, Wesley got some dope ass villains.
Nino Brown, okay.
What about Denzel?
Oh,
Training
Denzel's
Day.
in
And
See,
there.
that-
Training Day? But
we
I
had the
don't know if
debate.
he's really a
He
We had a
Yeah.
villain.
debate though.
But is he really a
villain?
villain?
Yes.
He's a villain. in
He's
that
a
movie.
villain. He's not an antagonist. He ain't the protagonist. That nigga's the villain.
Yeah, he's a villain.
All right, so would he be Demolition
He
Man?
could be the
went
protagonist
hard.
and just a tragedy.
Nah, that nigga was the villain. He was killing people for money.
Anti-hero.
Nah, he was the villain.
right, so-
Anti-hero.
Anti-hero.
Anti-hero ain't saving nobody. I mean, anti-hero save people.
What was some other ones you talked about? You said you asked if Leonardo DiCaprio character in Django was a villain.
True.
I don't know.
True. But I don't know if he'd be a coach. If he just
don't know.
played. But that was just who played the villain well, not the best villain in that. I want that 1 in a million.
Yeah. Well, them teeth was
Nigga.
cruddy, man.
Oh, he
all
killed
of their
that.
teeth.
You pay top dollar.
I felt
For the right
so
nigga.
bad listening to him say nigga so much. Damn,
Nah,
Leo.
you know who was a bad villain? Or good villain was Sid.
From Toy Story.
Toy Story, that little nigga.
Sid
Hey,
from
Sid
Toy
was fucking them.
Story.
Hey.
Fucking them toys.
Hey, I got one.
All right.
Agent Smith from The Matrix.
See, I think we had that same one.
But I
Agent
never really
Smith was
watched
cold.
The Matrix.
Agent Smith.
That's
He's up there.
sad, but I ain't never really watched The Matrix.
She need to watch the Major.
So Agent Smith, okay, so that's your top 5.
He might be.
Chris, you drawing a blank over there, brother? You can't think of no
Well,
villains.
I had training day. That was my one. I was just letting y'all keep rolling.
All right, so obviously Killmonger's in there.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can use Thanos.
But that's like, but you always said
did
no
say
movies,
you
like
did
no
put-
superhero shit. Like,
yeah,
Open
Thanos.
it up. If we open it up, you got the
Thanos.
Joker.
but they not
Han-
original.
Hannibal
But they not
Lecter?
original villains.
Hannibal Lecter's an original.
Hannibal
villain.
Lecter for sure. Top 5.
Damn, that's a
Top
good one.
5.
That's a good one.
That's up there. Hello, Clarice.
And then old buddy from the Jack Nicholson. Jack
Shining?
Nicholson.
No, not The Shining. That was. I didn't like it like
You didn't
that.
like it?
Oh, here's Johnny?
Nah. It
Oh,
wasn't
what
cold
about
like
what
it
about
wasn't
American Psycho?
I did
That
like
was a
him.
good one.
I did like
That was
Still didn't see that
movies?
Christian Bale.
yeah.
Christian
Yeah,
Bale, that
that's
nigga was
one of my
crazy.
shit.
You see when that nigga was beating her
said,
down,
"Don't
that nigga
just-
flex in the mirror.
He said, "Don't just look at her ass, eat it." It's like, damn, Christian.
Yeah, that dude was a savage. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I'm still looking for
The doctor from Human Centipede.
Oh, this dude.
Feed her,
Nah,
feed her.
that was most,
That was so bad.
that was the most uncomfortable.
Y'all seen all of them?
that movie.
Have y'all seen all of
No.
them?
Why would you watch another
No.
one after that one?
I think they got 3 of them.
No. I'm. Not, I like.
Man.
I like my life a little
Say
bit
right now,
too
that was the
much.
most uncomfortable
Waste
haircut I've
some
ever got.
time.
They played that in the barbershop. Like, what the fuck is this? It was terrible. I never
Oh,
went back
that
to the
one in the
shop.
back got their mouth infected. Oh, that was just so nasty.
I want to know about these things. It's terrible.
We on some weird tangent.
What about villains?
I guess.
Y'all gonna disrespect Sid though? Like Sid
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
act
we
that?
In the
Yeah,
Liz.
we gonna disrespect Sid.
Boy, Sid turned into American Psycho when he grew up.
That's terrible.
Disrespect Sid like that.
They got Loki up there. Darth Vader's #1. I can see that.
Yeah, Darth Vader's a good one.
I'm going to find
got
out.
dark
I'm telling
tat.
y'all, she was a toad, bro.
See y'all cheating, y'all
got?
googling.
Tell her she was a toad.
Let's lighten it up. Man, All-Star game. All-Star game reactions. I love the format.
They just announced that they're
think,
gonna keep it. They said they're gonna keep it.
They
Keep the format.
I don't even think that was a question.
Yeah.
So, obviously, just the difference was I still could do without the quarter breakdown, but I like the 4-quarter, just adding the 24 points to it. First to get there. Super competitive.
Boys is actually balling.
So,
Going hard,
what-
diving. to get-
What do you think about them saying that you shouldn't be able to win it on a free throw?
Well, you can't throw too many stipulations in there.
I didn't like
A point
that.
is a point.
I ain't like that.
I don't like it, but
That's
a point
the
is a
thing.
point.
Because when you said, because you broke it down even more, you was like, so it's guaranteed to end in the game winner. And to see it at the free throw line, especially if you missed one, it was kind of a letdown to how crazy that game turned out to be at the end. But like you said, a point's a point. Make sure you got to hit free throws even in the All-Star game.
you don't want to bail out, because like Kyle Lowry, you want to bail him out like just the intentional foul. That's gonna muck the game up a little bit, just to keep intentionally fouling, keep intentionally foul. Because I know if I get you to the free throw line, it ain't gonna count, or
Yeah.
they're not gonna let you go to the free
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
line. So I think that's probably the best thing they could do. But shit, we wanted. We got motherfuckers playing hard.
True.
Yeah.
See, LeBron tried to hit it from half court on him.
He wanted to end it. He wanted
Oh,
to end it.
I was
I
glad
didn't
Giannis
like how they
played that
kept
defense,
shooting all
though.
those 3-pointers though at the end. Like they could have got to the cup. It's like, what, they shot like 7.
They wasn't trying to get injured.
Nah, they just was.
But it also makes sense but it also lets you know, like people saying, well, Giannis' team sucks compared to
He keep
compared to
drafting like that.
LeBron. But
Nah, I knew it didn't.
professionals
drafting
are
like
professionals.
that. Yeah.
That's why they were trying to shoot that 3. That's like, I
I
don't
said
want to
he
get him
got
a
he got
chance.
Yeah.
hoopers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
he got
man,
real
some
life.
dogs. He had dogs
He
on the
got
squad.
real life hoopers on his squad.
I like it though, man. I loved it a lot. I was
Yeah.
actually like standing up watching, like, wow, why am
Yeah.
I into this game like this?
The same weekend though. All right, what about the dunk contest? Is this the last great dunk contest that we'll see now?
Now it just reminded me of like some shit I used to do back in the day.
If
I mean, how
He
you
just
gonna-
keep getting
If-
reminded of himself.
if John Morant come in next year, maybe not.
But why would he?
He should. We need to get the star
not?
power
We
back.
should,
Why not?
but we got it, and it's like because from
We don't, dog.
Aaron
They
Gordon's
put, they
block-
put
Howard-
Howard in there.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid.
You put Connaughton, which is a serviceable player.
They did that on. That's for
Yeah, he's a serviceable
ratings.
player.
It's for ratings.
They
That's
threw
what
him
it's
in there,
for.
but to give him credit, we don't know who actually wanted to be in it.
I want to see Lonnie Walker get in there.
Well, who turned it down?
Yeah,
I wanted
exactly.
to see
we
Zach
don't know
back.
who said
Saw,
nah,
saw that
that's a
everybody
good
saw
point.
that clip of him doing that 360 from the free throw line. He missed,
Zach
but I was
LaVine?
like, man, if you'd have did that in the dunk contest, like I wouldn't need to see nothing else.
Yeah.
But I mean, them boys is hooping. Nothing against DJ, but I mean, Aaron Gordon put on a show.
Yeah.
Nah,
He put on the show.
Yeah,
and-
Rob, you can't do 5 straight.
And
They
it pissed me
both
off.
did,
It pissed me
but
off
he
even
lost.
more how they really weren't grading it like that. For them to say, "Oh, we tried to coordinate it so they would tie again." Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, grade the dunk for what it is. Like, to lose that way and then to hear that afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, why would I even go to the dunk contest if the judge is just gonna be playing games like that? Like, I had at that point with 5 straight 50s.
Yeah, sit down, man.
He done.
Yeah, he's done, but that's what I'm saying. So it's also a turn off. If I'm John Morant, like to your point, like, yeah, maybe I'm a little bit younger. I'm trying to develop my brand a little bit more, but
Yeah, John Moran.
why would I want to go there if it's
John
not
Moran
even
is
animal?
he's Patrick Mahomes of the NBA. Remember Patrick Mahomes like a phenom
No.
coming in like this cat.
I don't
he-
know. That's a
if he-
strong
if he
comparison.
knew
That's
what
too
he-
much.
Because
That's too
Patrick
much
Mahomes
praise.
is on par to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all
Yeah.
time. I don't know if John
MVP,
Moran
like
is on
his
that
Yeah.
page.
second season.
But well, keep in mind.
But if Ja come
But
in
keep in
next
mind,
year,
Pat Mahomes didn't even play his first season.
right?
So he just had his
if
first
Ja
season.
come
We don't
in
know what
and
he's gonna do
he
second
take
season.
over next year,
If he gets about
can-
25 points a game,
It's too
give him 10
early.
assists, and then I can say it's a fair comparison.
he need about because I can't put him over Dame. Right now, Dame,
no,
Dame
no,
is
no.
putting
I'm not putting John Moran in
Over a
the
lot of
top
people.
30
Oh, you
yet.
can't.
However,
You can't
but
no,
he
I
a
respect.
baller,
You
though.
can't. You
He a
can't.
baller, he a dog, and he gonna get better.
His trajectory looks. If he stays healthy,
If he
man.
stay healthy, but it reminds me because you know how Iverson came in, like his rookie year, he was just booming on everybody, undersized, but just playing like a dog.
Yeah.
Like that's what it remind me of. Like, cause he's not like a shooter like that. He's still a slasher. And
But he might be
handles.
He might be just. No, I ain't gonna say might. He is. He's more talented than AI.
Who?
no way.
he's more talented than AI.
Who said that? About who?
What are you talking
What this nigga talking about?
Yellow belly down at the end.
Wait,
So
what?
y'all saying y'all don't believe in like evolution? Y'all
What?
saying that a cat that's phenomenal.
He is not
Cannot be
better
better
than
What?
AI.
You're more talented than AI.
It's only about
Hey, wait,
4 or 5
explain
players
what
better
you
than
explain
AI.
what you
I'm
talking
just about
about.
look at the whole physical package.
What about?
Right? He's he was 6'3", jumps higher than him, more athletic than him. Not saying AI is not the AI cold
He's
as hell.
not more athletic than AI. You
not
need to
more
go
athletic
back
than AI.
and look at AI's rookie year when he dunking on everybody,
Yeah.
catching.
And he
That's
dunks
6
off
feet
the
tall.
rim.
5'11".
So his dunk package
160
rookie year is better
pounds.
than John Moran's dunk package right now? You
Yes.
look at his highlights.
In-game dunks.
His dunk pack.
love
No,
AI.
no,
in-game
I love
dunks.
AI.
We're not
In-game
gonna-
dunks
In-game
rookie
dunks.
year.
no,
Look
no,
at
no,
John
no, no,
Moran's
no. I agree. John Moran's dunks are way nastier, but if
he
that's
gets
what we're
warm-ups,
talking about,
Yeah, he
We
get
that's
what
nasty
we're
as hell.
talking about.
Potential-wise, he has potential to be.
But you talking about
Better
getting
than AI,
N1s
nigga?
and better, man. You
this
tripping.
nigga AI went to the championship with
The
Brent, keep this in
Manute
mind.
Bowl, nigga. Like
AI did that. Yes, he did that. His 11th year. My man
Yo,
John
twin.
Moran's only 1 year.
he's
Give
Dikembe
him a couple-
Mutombo
and
you
and Theo
compare. You
Radcliffe.
said he better than AI already.
I didn't say nothing close. He's better than AI. I said
You said he's more talented than
He's
AI.
not more
It
talented
takes-
than
He
AI.
and he hoop with your doppelganger,
Who that?
Sam
See-
Cassell.
Oh shit,
You
Sam
stupid.
Cassell. That's a terrible
You
comparison.
stupid dog.
Funny, we just talking about Sam Cassell today. Seems like top 3 ugliest cats ever played.
Definitely. Him.
Every
We
laced
talking
up
about
the
we
shoes.
talking about the Reggie Jackson buyout. Like,
Well,
yeah, that's an
hey,
ugly all-star
If
team.
Reggie Jackson, Sam Cassell ever took a selfie,
That's the
facial
ugliest
recognition is down for
backcourt.
life.
That's the ugliest backcourt in NBA history, dog.
Hey,
You see them
the
coming
Clippers
up?
gonna
Oh!
be, them niggas gonna be cold.
With Reggie?
They-
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good
Clippers
pickup,
is-
man.
Clippers
Man.
winning shit, bro.
Why the Lakers
They
can't
They
land
going
nobody?
for right now, dog.
Lakers can't do nothing.
You think it's money-wise?
their money's gonna be tied up real soon.
That's
Well,
what
the
I'm saying.
thing
Like,
is,
because people going to the
they
Clippers.
cannot let Kuzma go,
Yeah, he's gone
and
because he's not gonna help you right now because you got LeBron
Right.
James
Let me ask you a
playing the
question.
same position.
Who was that one cat? I can't believe, I can't remember. But
He played
who was the
four.
one cat that came out? It was real. It was a big controversy. They were saying that they wouldn't want to play for LeBron. Like LeBron's too big of a distraction.
That was
who
KD.
was it?
KD said that.
But
like,
it was kind of misinterpreted. Like it was taken out of context a little bit. But
Yeah.
could that could that be part? Because
That
they
is what
missing
it
on
is.
all these big free agents, and in the same building. I'm just they miss on a lot of people. Granted, front office has something to do with it too, but
I think, like you said, because it's the same location, Clippers, they're gonna pay you a little bit more, and some of them players, I think, really just looking at the dollar sign at that point because
who don't want to play with them?
Nah, LeBron. They
Who
don't want
don't
to play with
wanna
LeBron.
play with LeBron?
That's
Why wouldn't you
crazy.
wanna play with
When
LeBron?
you play with LeBron, he makes every player trash.
what do you mean?
Nigga, he make
Explain
everybody that he play with sorry.
I heard the
Okay, so what's the difference between? Yeah, I heard the exact opposite.
makes
Now
them better.
it looks
then
the
they
opposite
leave
too.
and they suck.
Like
I
Kuzma.
hear that.
Kuzma don't look better now that he's playing with LeBron than before LeBron.
Yeah, Kuzma's been going. He's been going down. They were trying to trade.
no.
he
Well,
was
that's
the
only
he was the
from
most
playing.
untouchable player at that point. Now they're like, all right, well, we see Kuzma's really
Well,
not
okay,
progressing.
I'll give you some credit that the young boy that went to the New Orleans Pelicans that made the AllStar game for the first time, Ingram. He was with LeBron last year.
Brandon
he went over to
Ingram,
New
yeah.
Orleans,
Yeah.
made the
As soon as
All-Star
he left,
game,
he
averaged about
balled.
26 points a game. I can see it, but not because of LeBron's skill set. I think it's just LeBron's ball dominance.
His
his
whole
play.
being.
Kawhi dominates the ball too.
see
So,
it.
and especially you got Kawhi
and
and PG there.
I'm talking about off court. I'm talking about everything. Mentally, he messing with you.
Oh,
dog.
when you mess with one of the greats, of course they're gonna talk about LeBron.
That nigga ain't in my top 5.
Top five.
Then
What?
you gotta bias top 5.
Top 5.
LeBron
greatest players.
James.
Yeah.
No, he's top 5, bro.
No, he not.
That's
Of
what
all
I'm saying.
time.
That's a bias
top
top
3.
5. Like
He's top
exactly.
3.
He not in my top 5. He might be 6 or 7.
He
but
top
not in my
3.
Top 5.
So your top 5, does it consist of anybody that you never seen play in person?
That I never seen play in person.
Like it ain't no Bill Russell or no Wilt Chamberlain, anything like that. Okay, so I respect you. So
What are you basing that off of?
You
Nigga,
put
what?
Magic
My
in your top 5?
eyeballs, nigga.
Based off of dislike.
He got records and shit, but I don't like his game. I don't like.
You don't
he
like
all,
his all around.
He just
game?
an athletic hooper. He not a. I like niggas that know how to hoop when they go. When I dribble 2 steps
Give me
to
your
that
top
line,
5, Chris.
boom, 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 and I scoop this way. If the defender gonna step up and I spin, I'm scoring. That's the kind of player.
push
I
that
like.
top 5 sound effect and ready, go. Y'all heard it. One more time. Yeah.
Chris
Sound
got
effects coming soon.
Chris got
But you
James
see the
Worthy
potential.
in his
You see
top
the
5.
potential. Top 5, go.
You got
Hit it.
Chris
Top
top
five,
5.
real
James
quick.
Worthy.
Jordan.
Hey, let's fill it out. What's next? I'll finish.
James Worthy. Clyde Drexler. You like
Corliss Williamson. give,
Yeah, I got 2
what's he
more.
got? Alonzo Mourning.
definitely
Lonzo's
Lonzo
up
in there.
there.
And his sleeper pick
in San
is
Francisco.
Penny Hardaway, nigga.
No. He's even picked.
Penny career
Penny
got
cold, boy.
cut.
Nah.
Yeah, but he not top. He
Nah,
got
I
cut
say-
super short.
My top 5.
Tyson Chandler.
Grant Hill.
Because he kind of
Kind of look like him. They look like brothers.
My top 5: Jordan, Kobe, T-Mac.
Okay.
You got T-Mac over LeBron.
Yes, nigga.
That nigga
He's my
smoking.
all-time favorite player.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's
Then
super
why
biased.
shoes.
Keep going. Keep going.
Worst shoe-
I'm not gonna put him.
the worst shoes in history of NBA, though. I'm saying.
Oh, you got him over LeBron? Keep going.
LeBron ain't nigga.
Nigga said
Jordan,
T-Mac.
Kobe, T-Mac,
Okay.
Shaq, and Tim. My top 5.
Tim Thomas? Don't be disrespecting Tim.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
You mean Tim
I'm
Duncan,
out,
right?
bro. Hey, shut this down, fam.
Yeah, my nigga.
There you go. Don't disrespect. So you said T. Okay. So you talking about just raw ability? That's what's tough about the top 5. It's like career-wise.
Greatest of
I
all
don't know
time.
what
That's
you
everything.
Everything.
That's everything.
So
All
those your
sliders.
goats?
This was my
Oh,
goat.
Tracy
it's
McGrady
your
is
favorite.
3 GOAT.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
my 3.
okay, cool. He said it's his favorite. He ain't saying the top 5. He's saying his favorite top
No,
5.
it's the top 5.
Okay, no, I'm trying to give you a pass, brother.
This dude said
trying to get you
Tracy McGrady's number 3. You put Tracy over Tim Duncan.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
foul. That's foul. Tracy
That's
McGrady's not
wild,
top,
dog.
Nigga,
top
y'all
20.
tripping. If he didn't get hurt, dog,
All right,
he
well,
would-
if
he
the,
would
he, but he
definitely
did.
be
But he
But he
did.
did.
top 5 greatest.
But
on
he did.
all
But he did.
platforms.
He
I love
did.
it.
If Allen Iverson won 3 championships, he'd
Well,
be
it
top
was-
5.
Matter
It
of
was
fact, Allen
sad.
would be my number 6.
It was sad
And
watching
LeBron
Tracy
to go
McGrady
like
with the
8 or
Spurs.
9.
They tried to give Tracy a bucket.
Yeah,
he couldn't get
get
a
it.
bucket.
And then we ended up winning the ship the very next year when he retired.
That nigga played
Yeah.
3 games.
When we lost to Miami, right that Ray Allen joint, Tracy McGrady was on the squad.
You're right, because that's
Exactly.
when,
And then he
we
retired.
let Steven Jackson go.
Exactly, and
then we
brought in
him.
Tracy McGrady, who couldn't get a bucket.
But he couldn't get
Literally.
He couldn't get burned.
He
They
was-
put him
he
in there.
was
They
63
put him
years
in
old.
there.
Man, that was a terrible win.
And
I wish we would have won that ship for him, man.
Me
But I was
too.
like, man, you should have stayed one more year just to ride the bench, man.
Like, I love T-Mac, but I honestly put KD over T-Mac.
Yeah, I'm putting KD over
Easy.
T-Mac.
If you
I'm
doing
putting
top
Karl
five.
Malone over
Easy.
And
T-Mac.
I'm not even the
know.
biggest. I'm not the big.
I'm
I'm
putting
not a
Karl
KD
Malone
fan
over
at
If
all.
you
T-Mac.
watch the
Not a
18
big KD
points
fan at all.
in the what's it called seconds, like T-Mac was cold, but he's not top 5.
He was KD before KD.
Okay, if we do a
And then
potential,
KD
we
came.
could do a top 5
KD's
potential. Top 5 of who never got hurt. He'd be in there along with Roy,
Or
And
Grant
Penny.
Hill,
Grant Hill,
and
Roy,
Penny.
and Derrick Rose.
Dog,
Brandon
Brandon Roy
Roy.
was cold.
That
Yeah,
nigga
he
was nasty.
He was cold.
It was hard not to like
He's-
that
can
dude.
He's the
Can
reason
we
that
all
KD
agree
didn't go
that-
number 1.
Can we all agree that Brandon Roy got the best? He got the best, shortest career and money paid of all time.
Oh, he played the game.
Oh, yeah.
baby. He got,
He got shot, too.
Close to 90
He
million.
tried to come
He
back.
played the game.
$90
got
million
shot
dollars.
Danny Granger got
shot
it.
recently?
Yeah, he's
got
a coach.
shot?
Yeah, he's a coach now. He got shot.
Yeah, we didn't even
Boom,
talk
boom
about
shot,
the jump.
Like a gunshot.
We didn't talk about the New Jersey. What that coach had to do to get jumped by his players, dog?
Whole
I didn't
team.
watch it.
He
I
had to say-
seen
he
the
had to
clip.
say-
Jumped?
He had to
He
say
got
N-word,
jumped by his
bro.
players. It was a high school. He was black, wasn't he?
Wait,
black.
wait.
They dragged,
Wait,
so he
wait,
got
wait.
off the
Black
bus.
and blue
Start
after.
He
over.
was going. All right, so the group of New Jersey high schoolers, they jumped their coach,
Basketball coach.
basketball coach, like blows. They stomping this dude out. Like, so it looked like he was going back and forth with one of them at first.
Black dude, predominantly
Black
black
dude.
players.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What you gotta do?
What
for
you
me to
gotta
swing
do?
off for my
Because I had arguments with my coach before
I'm trying
to
to
swing.
think.
That not only for you to swing
Only to
off,
swing off. That's
but
it.
for
the
three
players.
swing
for
off.
three
Players.
other players to come though and
That's
jump.
all it means.
That's wild.
If we for me, if I coach, if we on the same team,
Yeah.
and I coach swing off on D, then I'm fighting the coach.
We gonna
You
jump
ain't
in.
gonna
All right.
playing.
So let's go a little deeper.
Use
If the coach,
use a defensive stopper anyway.
I would. I would.
You-
I
Chris
would,
come in and
nigga.
get 5 quick fouls.
Hey, put in Chris box out green. His fans used to bring a box. Put Chris in.
I lock niggas up, boy.
Injured. You said Chris in to take somebody out.
Chris was the
Get him
who?
out the game.
I'm
Hey,
strong, nigga.
Been killing us all night, Chris.
Nigga Pooh said
Get him out.
I'm the strongest little nigga he ever seen. in his life.
Hey, Chris used to come in the game with change in his pocket. Chris getting cross and change at the floor. Like, nigga, who got 75 cents out
They
here?
was shaking the change out of that nigga. That's funny. That's
Lock
hilarious.
niggas up, nigga.
Change in his pocket.
You
All
ever see
day
the cat
long.
come in the gym with better shoes than the shoes he actually on hoop in?
Oh yeah.
Come with the raggedy shoes.
That's me.
with the any nigga come
Yeah.
with what? Change, pockets, a do rag, and just
gonna fire
shoes,
you.
no
He gonna
bag,
fire you.
just shoes.
He
That
gonna
nigga's
fire
a
you.
fouler.
Yeah, he gonna fire you.
Guaranteed.
That nigga might pull up on you too though.
And he
From
gonna
the
scratch you,
corner.
nigga.
That's
Definitely gonna
He
scratch.
gonna scratch you.
Ain't no foul.
His nails gonna be
Mister,
like
ain't no
half
foul.
a nail.
making sure I don't fit this criteria. I'm like, I cut my nails, brother.
That's funny.
And I'm
So-
not
Gonna
scratching
scratch you.
nobody.
Does it go back to, because I remember this argument before, does it go back to like the respect level? Remember back when we were growing up, middle school, high school, we had our coach, we had authority figures at a certain pedestal.
Yeah.
Well, we would never even think about it. No matter how disrespectful somebody get, we've never seen our generation swing off on a coach. You might
That's
tell our
so
parents
wild.
or something. Does that go to like the evolution of our players? Like they just don't respect authority? 'Cause how
Half
many
the niggas
videos
don't-
do you see of people cussing their teacher out?
Because they ain't got their
fighting
daddy.
teachers?
Because they ain't got their daddies.
So can we agree that
But
it did change?
But
It
to
is-
that
it's
point
a
though,
change?
because what he was saying, like almost that was a surrogate role for that. Your coach,
Yeah.
like that's
It could
that's
be
super
AAU
high.
coach,
Like
whatever
your
they got
teachers
to-
will go get
Hold
your
on.
coach.
But this is my question. What did the coach do?
That was my whole
Yeah,
point.
that's
Like, dog, for you to get jumped by multiple players, it's not like
So
you just
nobody
fought
knows
one.
the story.
Nah, they didn't
Only
really
thing I can
report.
think of, I'm
They
trying to
just
think
shared the
of
video.
What would you have to do with our generation? Matter of fact, I'll start with you. We'll go down the line.
Don't start
For a
me.
coach, You just swing off on the coach.
For me to swing off on the coach.
Bro, if you don't just tighten that thing, you are killing me.
I'm trying.
Bro. Not that.
Flip-flopping
The
down.
bottom.
Man, see, you shouldn't have let me know that.
This guy.
I don't know.
Let
Take a
me
lot.
know.
Like I've had arguments with a coach. I've quit a team, but to swing off on a coach.
That's the coach that
is
touched you.
crazy.
Wait,
What is wrong with him?
you want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Come on, dog. Let's talk.
That's the coach that touched you.
Let's talk.
Hey, fam, it's okay, fam. This is
Here y'all go.
If you wanna
a
talk
safe
about that,
space, man.
I
Nobody's
gave
gonna
it
say
to you.
nothing.
It's just me, you, them
Shut
two.
your ass up.
And the rest of and anybody who's
All y'all
listening.
niggas. Fuck all y'all.
Coach Graham still drops off Christmas presents to my man. Coach goes to the door like, hey, you in there?
He was like, yeah, coach, I'm here.
That nigga D coach still come stretch him out. He stretch you out to go to work.
Hey, coach.
Why you in my house? Yeah. You know his hamstrings get.
No, real talk. I think that's probably the only. I'm trying to think. If I swing off on the coach, he gotta
It
do
takes
some. He
a
gotta do
lot.
some real disrespectful.
You had
shit.
to like slept with my mom. I caught you, and then you brought it up.
something like that.
That's
Swing
I'm
off
swinging
on
off.
one.
But it was like 3 or 4 players. They stomping this dude out too.
So you
bro.
sleep with my mom, either gonna fight you or I'm gonna do what LeBron did.
Oh dang!
Put you on drugs. he knew in his ass, didn't he?
He did him to.
Oh
Hey,
shoot.
bruh.
LeBron Huey Newton.
Bring-
Delonte West, brother, put
I
him on
just
the
got
street.
lightheaded, bro.
Bring me into
Where
that
am I?
shit. Put you on drugs.
Shoot!
He gonna shoot him up.
LeBron was playing no games.
He
You what?
ruined his whole life.
Oh man!
Everything about that man.
Y'all
His
niggas
whole
are
family.
stupid.
Think
Done.
twice of who you sleeping with out these streets.
All right, man. What's the next subject,
Do you,
man?
do you,
What's
do
the
you,
what,
do you
what's the
drug
set?
him or do you drug your mama at that point though? Cause,
Nah, he still love the mama.
but damn, she choked. She opened her legs. Nigga, like, yeah, you can hit.
I don't
This
know what-
nigga.
See, I don't know the story. Is it confirmed that happened? That he hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you,
Wait, who hit
what? Are you
what?
talking about? That's not the story.
Who hit
You know
what?
that Delonte West has said.
Oh, you talking about that?
Oh yeah, he hit his mom.
Yeah, he hit.
All right, man. Next subject.
He told me the real, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. What else we got on that list we need to knock out?
Oh shit.
So let's talk about kind of going back to the whole respect thing, and kind of even to the coach. So it was I guess it was a meme, but it was thought provoking that said that people ask what you do for a living to equate how much respect to give you. Your thoughts on that?
How much respect you doing?
It's like when they ask you what you do for a living, and based off your response, level of respect they gonna give you.
I can see that's unfortunate, but I can see it. It's unfortunate like a
It's
motherfucker.
status.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Job title don't really mean nothing.
What you do, nigga? I flip burgers, but I got these hands for you. You gotta respect these.
Nah,
Child broad hands.
That nigga looked so
go-
old when he did
you
that.
go respect
I saw an
these.
old man when you did that, dude.
That's just fighting style, dog.
Respect
That's
Hey,
real.
look, I know
Oh,
who
you
not to
think
bring
real
to
life.
a fight.
Move back.
Speaking of fight, dude, we too grown.
I think it comes with understanding though, man. Because when you hear somebody say, if they tell you they flip burgers, you know, for a living or whatever,
That mean we should give them less respect?
nah, I'm saying, and you ask, you know, what they do, say, oh, I'm a GM of Burger King. Well, GM make $95,000 at Burger King. If you say I'm a manager at Walmart, well, you make 45 at Walmart, and you looking down at me because I'm flipping burgers at Burger King. It's just an understanding thing. Like in life, the further and further go on, like when you talk about a barber, some barbers make $20,000, some barbers make $200,000. So it's just an understanding of when you watch a clientele come through the door, like, I mean, if you calculate, you like, all right, well, that's 30. He done made $1,000 today. That's a different. It's just an understanding. Like, as you get older,
Chris out
the
here
more
pocket
and more-
watching.
I ain't pocket watching. I just understand. I just understand. Because when people see me on a daily basis, I got holes in my pockets. I got paint on my head, crumbs in my head and all that. They gonna be like, this nigga, He a maintenance man, yeah.
No, you
I'm a maintenance man.
you was in
I
the
do.
pursuit of happiness.
I
Nigga, what you
do.
look for.
Why you got crumbs in your head? What was you?
Nigga, I'm working, nigga. That's
Nigga,
why
you eating, nigga. Who you get crumbs from?
I'm working. But can't nobody tell me they can do what I do.
And that's the
or
whole
make the money I make.
And that's the whole point. Is like, why do we equate certain levels of respect to titles when it really come down to the person?
It is the person. Because when people, I'm just gonna talk about me because it's what I know. When people see me, they don't know what I do. Like outside of my work clothes, other than like Ant, he see me on a regular basis whenever I'm getting my cut. I'm in my clothes, but outside of that, people they had no clue what I do. I'm just saying, it's just a.
Nah, but in this situation, they ask, you tell them, and they base respect off that.
Yeah. But if you see D in the suit, you don't assume, he got a desk job. He dressed like that every day. He make,
I got some stories.
he make $7.95 an hour.
$6.95.
Chuck E. Cheese.
$6.95 an hour. And he work at Chuck E. Cheese. I
Best
don't
Chuck E.
understand.
Cheese mascot in the history of Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm an Aldo mannequin. Why the mannequin real?
You had to cut your hair.
Oh, he owed his breath for 4 hours at a time.
You had to cut your hair to be Aldo, man.
Nah, I get that a lot, though.
Man,
I
there's
get that a lot, though, when I'm around. We were there at HEB today.
I'm not.
Lady always
Shut
talking.
up. I
I
hate
ain't about that, but I always get people like, oh, man, you had an interview today or something?
Oh yeah.
Or you,
Yeah.
like, what, you
What's
got a
the
job?
occasion? Yeah.
And I always like, I'm dressed like this. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, really? What do you do? Then I just make up some shit to be an asshole and shit.
Yeah.
Garbage man or some shit. Does it matter? God damn.
Yeah.
But I get that a lot. What are you doing? What do you? What's one thing we always talk about when we together? Well, what?
What y'all
white
talking
people say.
about? What y'all talking about?
What white people say?
when y'all are together.
If we walking, dressed no matter
dressed
what.
up, yeah.
Oh, they think y'all are together.
Nah, it ain't even that. It's looks like trouble
Somebody's up to something.
every time.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Even it's just a little joke, but it's like behind our jokes, saying true shit. But it's like, it looks like we laughing or something. We
Yeah.
talking about real business shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's even if somebody we know, it's like trouble or
Do y'all understand where that come from?
of course
Where it come
I
from?
don't know.
you gotta check 'em.
Where it come from?
That Facebook post.
Which one? It's which one?
You
The
put
one where y'all were together. Tell me we had an amazing weekend together,
pictures.
You know what? We had a good time.
and y'all was all dressed, posing together. Like
It wasn't
I'm like, oh
close.
yeah. Hey, honestly,
clothes.
on the
We just
outside
can't
looking
just-
in,
Oh, one of them you didn't crop it good because I see y'all hands was. I seen Darius' hands was.
he was trying to pull it away when they was.
Yeah, he was-
And you
I
saw us
seen it in a
there.
lot.
Hey, we talked about that later.
All right, JJ Ice Chris. Forget about you.
Oh,
That was your joke you was getting to. I was gonna say something deep. You talking about the clothes. That's what you been talking about this whole time.
Nah, that's what that
Okay.
I was getting to. It's hard to understand where it's stemming from. I was going back on our conversation,
Yeah.
our deeper conversation, because it's like, all right, I get what kind of joke you saying, but where the hell that stemming from? You know what I mean? Like, where that coming from? But
It's hard to see. It's hard to.
and some of those jokes, when you hear them, you might in your brain, you like, I know he not racist because we done talked about a lot more different stuff.
yeah.
But then he throw these little jokes here and there or whatever. And I done worked with people like that a million times. You just know deep down he's like, in your heart you want to feel like, nah, I don't think they racist at all.
You want to think that,
but
but
then
it just
them little slugs come out every now and then. And
Yeah.
it's like, where the hell that come from?
it happens. Like it happens
Hey,
all the time.
all
in
the
corporate, all the time.
And that's where it happened all the time when I was in corporate. It just never failed. It always came out. That's it. But
All right, Chris. Walk us through one of your topics was do black women still want black men?
that wasn't one of my topics. That was that boy Ross of the Flosser topics.
Big Rose, talk to us.
Oh goodness.
You don't think so? You think so?
So
I think it's propaganda.
And what was 4 or against?
Against, I mean, to divide
Who started it?
somebody white.
You think somebody white started it?
Yeah.
I think they do. I don't think it's a question.
Damn, that's where that whole fake news stuff comes from.
Yeah.
Like, have y'all seen that thing on Netflix, the Great Hack?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way
Just
that they
narratives.
promote certain things, whether it be to sway votes, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can plant those things. I feel like it's a plant. I feel like somebody posted this. It wasn't no black person. It was probably a burner account. They put it as because it's like, yo, anybody black would know that, yo, that's Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Right.
They said, drop you a Taquan and get you a
Oh yeah,
Trap,
that's nasty.
or a
I hate
Trevor
that.
or whatever,
a Tim.
Yeah, I hate
Yeah.
when they
And
do
I was
that.
just like, fam, like that's Travis Kelce and his boo.
Yeah.
Like, come on, what we're not finna do is,
Coolest white boy.
you know what I'm saying? Therefore, that's why I looked at it as it was an agenda against to divide us. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, I see what's going on here.
But the thing is that when stuff like that happens, okay, let's say a white person did do that, you know, they promoted that propaganda in order to.
I don't know why. We're not doing nothing right now. Like we ain't recording shit. This nigga just
say they did do that, right? However, you had all those opinions on there from black women.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's the meat of the subject, not
They're
what they
yeah,
posted.
they're feeding
I'm
into
glad
it.
you backed it up because I didn't know where that question came from. So that makes more sense to Travis Kelce scenario because I did see those posts of drop you.
Yeah. Well, see, and another thing too, we've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Like I've been seeing them posts from black men posting drop your Keisha and get you whatever that name. I've been seeing that. Yeah, Becky or whatever. That's been going on for years.
I never got a Becky.
But the thing is that no matter
we actually
no matter
recorded
what the post says, it's the opinions and the comments and stuff. That's what matter, right?
like
Because the post is the post, but you didn't trip off of the post. You was tripping off of the
agenda.
amount of what it did.
Yeah, and how people were feeding into it. And I'm like, come
But
on.
why? That may be their opinion though. It may not them necessarily feeding into it.
Nah, it's feeding into.
Because if somebody
you're
didn't feel that way, they wouldn't have posted. They wouldn't have commented.
No, somebody white posted that.
Right.
This is my theory. This is not a fact.
Okay.
But somebody white posted it. They're like, we're gonna get black women to realize that. We're gonna get black women to dislike black men. And how are we gonna do that? We're gonna post a picture of Travis Kelce with some, who's a good-looking white guy with this little cute little black girl, and we're gonna say drop you a Trey Sean and get you a Tim, and we're gonna post this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch all the black women run to this post in agreement. Now, this is what that's why I say it's an agenda, because I feel like it gets people. The minute you post something, black women probably were thinking that already. But now I'm openly expressing this is how I feel because I'm frustrated and I'm tired of black men. And now you're giving me a reason to look at them and be like, you know what? You're right. Women do this all the time.
So would you do the opposite? If it was a white woman and a black man and they said the same, don't go get you a Keisha, get you a Kimberly or whatever, and you wouldn't be like, you know what? You right. Get him, my nigga or whatever it is. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No.
All right. That's their opinion. That's the people that commented on there.
I get it. No, listen, I understand that. But what I'm saying is you're baiting people to express their inward feelings about things. When at the end of the day, that can be a tool of division. That's what I'm saying.
But it's their opinion.
Okay. All right.
It's their opinion. So you saying that it's people that had these feelings and they'll never express them because ain't nobody on the outside said nothing that it was cool to do it. So I ain't gonna do it. That's what you saying.
No.
Well, what you saying? Because this is the conversation we're having.
black women
You don't know.
want black men want black women.
Yeah, and I posted in my thing. I was like, yo, if you look at the percentage, it's less than 10% of black women who are marrying men who are outside of their race, and then a large percent of them, it's mostly Hispanic men. It's not really white men.
Mm-hmm.
Black women are more prone to marry somebody who's Hispanic, of Hispanic descent, than a white person,
But what about the post hit you?
because it wasn't real. It was not facts.
So why did it bother you?
I said
he's
it's
a black
propaganda, and it's a black. Like, I feel like
But
that's,
if you know
I'm
it's
a
not
black
fact,
man, why
but
would
if you know it's not facts and you know it's not real, you know it's just a little percentage of the.
Why does the validity have to matter? If somebody says all niggas is stupid, it ain't true. That don't mean make
Yeah,
it
but
less
you-
This is
offensive.
what's hitting the masses.
Right.
Yeah.
But and that ain't true. But why you gonna get on there and get in your feelings about something and comment on it when you know damn well it ain't true? Is my point.
it's propaganda. That's what I'm saying. That's the
Trying to
whole
stop, you
point.
pretty much trying to stop the message from spreading. Because if you don't say, if it's silence, if you don't say anything, they gonna feel like, oh, nobody defended it, so it must be true.
6,000 other people said something and shared it, and you one person with 3,000-4,000 friends, you finna stop some shit. No, you not.
So what you're
It's
saying is
best.
they don't point to vote. Is that with that logic?
No, it's not.
Because only one
Yeah,
person.
you're saying there's no point to do anything.
No, really,
that you
it
care
ain't no
about.
point to vote. Because we talking about some real shit, ain't no point to vote because that motherfucker won with 1 million less people.
I'm just saying we just can't have the thought
So-
of one person not gonna make an impact because everybody thought.
No, I
that
ain't, I ain't
change.
necessarily saying that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying when it comes to propaganda, and you know damn well that something is not true, it's not necessarily, especially on social media. It's not you're not gonna do nothing to change that post. You commenting or change or all you doing is adding to it. You comment on there, you just did another share, and then somebody else gonna see it, and it's gonna keep on trickling. That's all it's gonna do.
But that's not the case.
All right, next subject.
Anything else y'all got?
So
We about to hit our limit too.
yeah. Let me ask this. So is it the fact that it is social media, the
Right.
platform?
Right.
So does it change?
Now, if it was
does
on
change
TV,
if it's in
If
person,
it was on TV, that's something different.
or what about in person?
In
Should
person,
he-
yeah, you stop that
But
because it hits you different. You
But
see,
I think-
y'all see fake shit every
Nah.
single day,
But
all
that's
day
where,
long.
But that's where I'm about to go because
Okay.
it's not just one thing. At some point, you got to take a stance. So I saw a meme. They was like, being black in America is like living your life on all Madden. Like it's not one thing. It's you constantly getting berated with different things.
Who posted that?
What you mean? I guarantee it was a black person who wrote that.
Okay, so how did that affect you when you saw that? How did it affect you?
You relate to it.
Okay,
That's
we
what
all
it is.
relate to it.
It's like
Right.
you don't feel like
What-
you can relate
so-
to that
yeah, I feel like that, but I'm saying, what does that have to do with what we talking about on it? On
because that's another attack. Or to his point, like you spread
it's not
this
an attack
narrative
if you can relate to it.
about dropping a black man and getting a white man.
No, I'm talking about being on all Madden.
Yeah,
You can relate to it. That's nothing negative.
I'm not saying that's negative. I agree with that. That's my whole point. Going back to that, it's like that's one of those things that makes it so hard because you have to fight those battles, and then to say that why would we react to stuff, like eventually you're gonna react, even if it's just somebody tapping you. They do that shit all day. You're gonna reach a breaking point, and that reaction could be a civil response to a social media post. It could be some.
But one thing
drastic
about
difference.
it, that propaganda, that type of propaganda is not, you don't see that on a regular basis. That was the first time I ever seen any post about a black woman getting a white man ever.
the first time.
ever.
Are you serious?
I heard
I've
that.
seen,
I've seen that plenty
I've
of
seen
times.
millions.
Chris, like,
They've been doing this for years.
Chris,
bro.
you
I've
live
been
the
putting
shelter
inside.
life, brother.
No, I
If that's
don't.
the
Man.
case-
I done seen it. I done seen it the opposite.
I've seen both.
I've
Yeah.
seen it the
both,
opposite
too.
more than I seen a black woman getting a white man. That was my first time really seeing it pushed like that. Other than that, it's the opposite way. It's a black man getting a white woman. But y'all,
I've
I mean,
seen both,
it's-
and I don't like that stereotype either.
yeah,
I don't like
and
none of them.
it's all wrong.
And I tell people like the issue that I had was you're downing. You're saying drop this
Yeah.
specific racial human being. Don't mess with this nigga right here. Go get you this white man. That's what I'm saying.
And y'all
That's
do
what-
understand
'cause-
where it stemmed from, right? It
but-
stemmed from the very first time that person put,
But it
drop you a
stems from
Keisha
that.
and get you a
But that don't
candidate.
make it's not real. Like I know black women who don't date black men because they feel like they've been wrong by black men, so they X them out.
That's
like
they,
it's a
but
real
that's their
thing.
experience.
That's
dog.
what I'm saying.
But
But
this, and you
So
want
y'all
you
don't
want
want.
to get
So
to
y'all
a
don't want
point-
people to spread the truth, is what you're saying.
That's not the truth.
That's the truth?
That's not a
No,
fact.
to leave all
I'm
black
asking
men
you.
alone.
No.
Well, that-
You said
you said spread the truth.
No, you said that you know black women specifically
Yes.
that don't date black men because of they feel like that black men have done them wrong, right?
Yes.
That's their experience.
Okay, that
So
don't
for
mean
them,
you gotta
that-
preach
for-
that narrative.
That's
To
exactly
them,
like
they can though.
no,
That's
but
they,
that's not a proper narrative to push.
if that's what they
You
feel,
can't-
they can do that.
No. What you can't do is say I don't
You
date
can't-
them because this particular black person. That's like saying,
Yeah.
oh, that nigga over there robbed me, so I'm gonna treat every single nigga the same. Like we're not gonna do that. Like that's the issue. You can't like if you had a bad experience with a black man, let that be that. Don't say nothing about that man. Don't say nothing about all the black men because that one. I'm sorry, you didn't pick right.
You're right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's the narrative that, like he said, it's the narrative that we're allowing them to paint. Like, no, we're not gonna sit here and let you demonize all of us because you had a bad experience and you keep picking the same niggas. That's your fault.
So you think that when a black woman that you interested in saw that post, she just all of a sudden like she ain't even gonna even look your way no more?
I don't care because if
not about
if
that.
she's not gonna look my way anymore, it's because she
That's
don't
what
like
it
black
is.
men.
Exactly. That's my point, nigga.
Then I don't care.
Right. You
Why?
shouldn't care about the post. Is my point.
No, that's not what I'm saying,
So
and that's
saying
not
that
what I was
people
trying to
say
do.
Whatever, because it doesn't impact you personally. When it does,
All right. Now you saying that, right?
yeah.
So it goes right back to my point about when we talking about these transgender people. When you say something that don't impact you personally, it impacts them. They feel like it's hate. You feel like that propaganda shit is hate, right? That somebody hating on you, right? It's the same thing when you go back. You talk about
No,
transgender
that's somebody
and gay
hating
people,
on us, not me. That's us,
right?
nigga.
And a gay person or a transgender person is us. It's them. It's the same thing, nigga. That's all I'm saying. Next subject.
The subject is the same though. So at that point, you arguing two separate.
Have y'all seen
reactions.
Sesame Street?
All right, well, we're gonna have to pick this up next time. I think we ran
let's
out of time.
This was a heavy ass episode.
We'll try to
Hey.
pick up some of
God.
that
Damn.
on the next one. Maybe we can get some different opinions. But fun little conversation. Second episode in. Who made this Kool-Aid? I don't know if y'all got any closing remarks before we leave.
Live long. Prosper.
You gonna get sued for
We
that
gonna get
too.
sued.
Yes.
We're not.
A whole tagline.
We are a
you
separate
created that?
entity.
Live long and prosper?
You thought you created that?
Nigga,
made
that's
that
Spock,
up.
nigga.
That's definitely Spock.
Who is, y'all should have said his name. I was gonna make it through.
You subconsciously remembered
Nah,
that.
nigga,
and
you were out of
just
there.
edited it.
What character was Spock?
This dude.
Star Trek, nigga.
What character was he? Though?
Nigga, that's Spock.
He
Nigga,
was
that's
black.
his name.
He was a black dude, right?
He's a nigga with the pointy ears.
He the black dude.
Nah, that nigga was white.
I don't know none of these. Yeah, I wasn't no Star Trek cat.
All right. Y'all know what this thing is. Another episode of Who Made This Kool-Aid.
Who made the
Check
Kool-Aid,
in
baby?
next time for some more random shit.
Next subject.
Next subject. That's the name of this episode. Next subject. This nigga Chris.
Next subject.
Next subject. This nigga was fierce with the next subject.